All right, get ready.
Oh,
We're here.
there we are. You hear that nice click? It's just like in Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Far from it.
shall we say aloha?
Woo!
Boy, we're going on the road. That's all I know. This wonderful person standing next to me is the Reverend Dr. Rita Andriello.
I worked hard for it.
And
you
I
are the Reverend Dr. Patrick Feren, and we are married. So, in case you didn't know. Well, sometimes you have to I used to have to tell Jeremy, they used to say, tell them we're married. Jeremy and Amy Brown, our musicians back there. But, yeah.
But that's a whole nother story. If you're here for the first time, none of that really matters, right? Because you don't know any of what we're talking about. But also we want to say aloha to our global community, which tunes in, and I know some of you do, and when you're not here, but we're international, so we are truly global, and we want to say aloha to all of you, too, for checking in.
Yeah.
So, Rita?
So we have a vision statement here. It's right up here on the wall that is being created by Carol Watanabe, in case you wondered where all this beautiful artwork comes from. But here it is, so let's read it together. Awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like a good idea?
If we feel that we're already at unity consciousness, our job is to be bridge walkers and to help others to know how wonderful they are and how at one we are with them. So thank you for being here at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Yes. So I think we're ready for our opening song.
And I also would like to say how much we missed you.
Yeah.
You guys, how's everybody?
Jeremy and Amy Brown, and they are married.
The married Jeremy and Amy.
Aloha, everybody. Woke up early this morning.
Some did greet I with a kiss.
Get up, let's go now, baby.
We're heading up to the Kaua'i mist.
Bring it.
The sun is shining high.
Things are starting to feel hotter.
We take the turn up Mocha.
Feel that cool, refreshing water. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist.
We gonna tend our big fire. I said we gonna play on
When the sun goes down,
yeah. Feel the vibrations getting higher. Look up, watch the universe go round.
heading up to the Kaua'i mist. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist.
I think they are giving us our wake-up call. Do you feel awake yet? I can. Yeah. Now I can. So what I know in this incredible divine moment, that this moment has never happened before, and it will never happen again in the exact same way. That is what we are bathing in this moment right here, bathing in that, that electrified essence of pure energy of love. We can call it anything we want, can't we? It doesn't care what we call it because it is everything, seen and unseen, everything. That is who we are, standing right here on purpose, remembering with the music behind us, remembering that we are vibrating. Oh, vibrating at the frequency of the divine, moving through me, as me, on this island, beyond this island, and into the cosmos, and back again. I am so grateful for the opportunity to stand before you, stand with you, stand as you in this incredible thing called life. So knowing that we have come here on purpose, with the music behind us, the messages, everything that we have come here to feel and to know, I know that it is already done because the law has made it so, backed with love. Do I hear yes?
Yes.
Ooh, and so it is.
we're singing up in the mountains.
Surrounded by these native trees. Kaua'i, kila kila.
Come on, these sweet songs.
Surrounded by these glowing mystic melodies.
Namanu, they are singing.
Glowing mystic harmony so pure and true. It keeps me holding on to you. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist.
Yeah, we're gonna blaze a
One
nice
nice
fire.
fire.
Say we're gonna blaze.
When the sun goes down,
Feel the vibration.
getting higher. And watch the universe go round. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist. Heading up to the Kaua'i mist.
Hello, mate.
You know, Jeremy and Amy, you know what I call that song? That's one of those hip moving songs. Do you ever notice that? It just automatically, the hips just move with it. You did that on purpose. Oh, see? He doesn't even need the music to move his hips. So,
All right.
welcome once again. Welcome if you've just walked in. We are CSL Kauai and
We have an affirmation. It's the last month of our Prosperity Month. Are you all feeling prosperous? I am. It's been a beautiful month of prosperity, not just financially, but just for that overwhelming love and support and amazing experiences that we get to have in life. And this has definitely been one of those months. So we have our affirmation.
We
You
do.
ready? Go ahead.
I'll say it once, and we can say it about, maybe 50, 60 times after that. I accept my unlimited prosperity as my divine birthright. I accept my unlimited prosperity as my divine birthright. One more time.
I accept my unlimited prosperity as my divine birthright. And so it
Just
is.
breathe that in, yes.
So this is the place where I usually talk about the science of mind, but I thought I'd do something different. This is not a Bible. It is the Science of Mind text that was given to me when I graduated from ministerial school. I still have it. It's been 11 years now. 11?
12.
No, 12. 2011, whenever that was. I guess it was 13 years ago. 14? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, what I
Calculator?
thought I'd do is I would ask Bob to pick a number between 25 and 504.
25 and 5,
Yeah.
yes.
Go for it, Bob. Yes.
No, Bob, we want to psychically take it from
All right,
your...
page 26. He's got page 26 here. All right,
Bob and I are telepathy.
page
that's it.
26. I'm on it.
Okay.
I realized I didn't wear my glasses. Okay, now pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick a number between 1 and 6, Tanner. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Isn't this new? This is
Okay,
new.
so I am going to read this paragraph from the beautiful writings of Ernest Holmes, and then if I feel like I need to explain it, I will. And this comes from the first chapter, the thing itself, which is God in us, through us. Whatever the nature of any principle may be, insofar as it is understood by anyone, it may be understood by all who take the time to investigate. Yes. This does not require an unusual degree of intelligence, but rather a practical application of what we now know in order that we may increase our knowledge. The study of the science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation, the thing itself. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory to me, but I'm just going to say the first part where it says that the understanding is open to everyone who takes the opportunity to try to understand it. That there's an infinite intelligence which within us that's everything. And if we take the time with ourselves to try to understand a principle, whatever it might be, the principle of cause and effect, the principle of prosperity, whatever the principle might be, if we take the time, that information is within us and available to us because of who and what we are, which is intelligence. We are a divine intelligence. We are infinite intelligence. There is not anything that could be held back from us. And that's what I understand. So there you go. Science of Mind, page 26, paragraph 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Give it up for Bob and his. And speaking of telepathy, I'm picking up that there are. Let me just hold on. I've always wanted to do that because you don't really know what's going on, do you? But I do feel that there's some new people in the room. I'm feeling chalet. Oh, you have chalet. Oh, you're new to this one. Now, so just give me a little hand here to say I am new and not afraid of it. There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
We'll be getting you a little. See, you snuck in with that chalet. So what I want to tell you is that we have some interesting information about you. That if you think I'm going to share it with the perfect strangers to you, you are absolutely right. Because I want them all to know who you really are. You ready? And this is not fake news. This is not fake news. You ready? Let them know.
You are magnificent. Yeah.
Woo!
You are.
And I just know that right now you're going, yes, that is so true. And the reason that we know that about you is because we looked really deep inside of ourselves and we saw our magnificence. And we said, yes, that's who I am. And because we took that wonderful risk to claim and know who we are, we're able to see it in everyone that we come in contact with. Their magnificence. Wouldn't that just be a whole new world if we actually walked down the street and everyone, I mean everyone, and I'm a work in progress, but I will say that that is what we're really about. We can't get away from that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So shall we together got a little something? Yeah.
Oatmeal.
I
think.
We're a family here.
I know. I did floss my teeth this morning.
You know. So if you're here for the first time, we don't usually act like this. It's usually worse. No, but all I've got to say is if you want to put your hand on your heart, I would, and just really, you know, I always rush this just a tad bit, but take a moment to, there is something beating inside this incredible temple. It's called our heart, and as we know now that, oh, it is so intelligent. And it is loving, and it is working through us. So shall we just hold our hearts for a moment and say, I am magnificent?
I am magnificent.
And we are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone because we are all in this together. We are magnificent. And don't look now, but there are some people staring at us.
You can look.
They're all in that little camera. You're going to wonder how in the back we got everybody in there. But they are in there now checking us out, just being a part of us, and we don't want them to be left alone, do we? You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right, look up, look down, whatever it is. Now say, you're magnificent to somebody, you're magnificent. And we're magnificent, you're magnificent,
You're
everybody.
magnificent. You're magnificent.
And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, you're magnificent. Yes.
All right. As you're talking and telling each other how wonderful you are, which is
It's
great.
the magnificent
I'm
bar and
come and
grill.
invite Jeremy and Amy to come back up, and Reverend Diane. Thank you.
Welcome up, Reverend Diane, yes.
Thanks, Diane.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's time for our blessing of the land, but I wanted to tell you something I found out yesterday. On June 20th, there was an initiative signed by the State of Hawaii Department of Transportation. They made a settlement agreement with a group of 14 high school kids, which affirmed their constitutional right to fresh water, clean air, and a safe Hawaii for them to grow up in. I don't know if that made it out into the regular news or not. There was a lot going on this summer. And I wanted to remind all of us that what a small group of people does makes a huge difference. And as we're here today in this blessing of the land, we make a huge difference. The difference those 14 people who came together made was that within the next 20 years, Hawaii Department of Transportation will be zero emissions. And the state of Hawaii has chosen to be 50% solar and wind and renewable resources for electricity generation. So let us remember that it is our kuleana to take care of this land and that we are blessed to be living in this place at this time. The other good news about this story was that it was originally called Navahin versus the state of Hawaii. And now it is called a joint initiative, Navahin plus state of Hawaii. Wonderful things come out of knowing our truth and then standing up for it, yes? Yes. So let's just take a moment to bless this very land that we have been gifted with, to have our beautiful center right here on this sacred land. Knowing that the divine is moving in and through all things, everywhere present, in and through everything, I know that it is right here where we are. It is around us, through us, and all around all of creation. And so in this moment, I align myself with that truth, that right where I stand is sacred ground. Right where we practice our community practices is sacred ground. This earth that we've been gifted with to call our center grounds is sacred ground, entrusted to us by the island of Kauai. And so in this moment, I know and understand that there is the divine collective, the divine spirit moving in and through everything, that it is moving in and through this place as peace, as love, as joy, as abundance and well-being. And as we call that forth in and through this place, it is right where we are, and we shine that light as we go about our lives on Kauai. I give thanks for the blessings of Spirit moving in and through us, and in and through this very place we stand. As we take time to remember that, our hearts fill with gratitude of the blessing that we receive just by being in this sacred place. And so it is with that grateful heart that I release this word of the law of mind and spirit, allowing it to come forth in its own right and perfect way through each one of us as we accept our kuleana for this land. And so it is.
This is a song about the Hokulea voyaging canoe that visited Honolulu and is moving around on its Hawaii tour. And one of the navigational points these voyaging canoes use is Arcturus, also known as Hokulea, the happy star. Raindrops, they hamper my vision, falling down in cutting incision in my mind, while we sail away our time. Makani, shout jubilation. Carry us down to our destination. Oh, Kiki Viki, on Kealai Tahiti. Stand beside me and be my friend. Make me smile and laugh again. 'Cause Hokulea, you're the star of gladness.
You're the happy star.
Hokulea, you're the star of gladness. So lift your bow, your hull glides through the sea. Guide Hokulea, oh, we ask you please. To this we pray. Oh, to show us the way of Hokulea. You're the star of gladness.
You're the happy star.
Hokulea, star of gladness. Shout out to all the voyagers out there. Millions of stars up in the sky. Looking up, they all make us high. But Hokulea, you're the star of gladness. You're the
Happy star.
Hokulea, star of gladness.
Happy,
Happy,
happy
star.
Happy,
Happy,
happy, happy star.
sing happy with us. You ready? Here we go. All together.
Happy,
Happy,
happy
star.
star.
Woo!
Beautiful.
I'm not on. Now I'm on. Yes, I'm on. Okay, good. This week's message is about tending the fire. And I got really inspired a couple of weeks ago when Dr. Eric, the one that came here to do the 9D breath, gave a talk called Tending the Fire. And I went, oh my God, I'm going to steal that from him. No. I just said, this is like this. He used the example of, he goes on men's retreats, and he used the example of they would start a fire from rubbing two sticks together, you know, the old-fashioned way, and then they had to keep it lit all weekend long, no matter what. They had to. So if it started to rain, they had to take that part of the fire, a little part of the fire, and bring it someplace where it was, you know, out of the rain, so that they could keep it going. And he didn't really go into this too much in his talk, but that's what I want to go in today, is the metaphor of that idea of tending the fire. And I'm talking about the fire of the passion that lives within us. There's something true about everyone, and it's called the divine urge. It is something that each of us has, and we can feel it when it comes up. It's that part of yourself that says, I'm supposed to be doing something right now. I need to change something right now. I don't know, I don't even know what it is, but I know that there's something within me that's wanting, And so what ends up happening a lot of time to us is we either submerge it and not answer it, or we take it and we act it out in ways that maybe are not the best for us and the best for others even. So I know for myself, I've had that urge many times in my life, and sometimes when you don't know what to do, you just do anything. We used to call it throwing the spaghetti against the wall. You just go, and you see what will stick. But if you really listen to it, it's connected to two things, I think. It's connected to your passion, and it's connected to your purpose. marrying your passion with your purpose. Now, for me, a purpose is something that I feel that I came here to do. I don't always know, I haven't maybe always known what it is, but one of the ways I can tell what it is if I look back into my childhood and I see the places that there was a hole or something was happening to me, whether it was abuse or whether it was somebody saying something to me, or all these things that I took on that were not really mine to take on, but I took them on anyway, and therefore then I had to do something because that purpose was buried in that. So if the purpose was like, I know I was told things that weren't really positive when I was younger, and one of them affected my self-esteem. So what I realized is that was my lesson that I had to learn. I had to learn to have that self-esteem without somebody telling me that I was okay, or that I was good enough, or that I was worthy, or whatever. That was my actual purpose, to grow that place within me. And then also, what else? You serve, right? That's what happens. You grow it within yourself, and then you want to give it away. So what a perfect thing to have, a center here where I can help people to know how wonderful they are, because that was the thing that I needed to know and that I started to grow to know, and now you want to give it out. So that is a purpose. The passion, marrying your passion with your purpose, is the passion is the thing you love to do. We all love to do something. It could be anything from accounting to painting to singing to, it could be anything, teaching, it could be anything. But there's something like within us that we need to express. And when we take our purpose and marry it to our passion, then we get to use all those things to help our purpose go forward. Does this make sense? It does to me. But sometimes what can happen, and that's where the tending the fire comes in, is that we lose it somehow. A lot of stuff starts to happen. Maybe it's money, maybe it's a broken relationship, maybe it's something someone said to us, maybe it's just a conglomeration of paper cuts that happen over and over until finally we're like, what was my passion? What was my purpose? I don't even remember. Okay, have I lost it? No, you have not lost it, because you can never lose your passion or your purpose. It might shift and change, but you can't lose it, because that's the spark. That's the divine urge that's within you that will not be ignored. It will not be ignored. It will keep coming up. You could go from relationship to relationship. You could go from tragedy to tragedy. You could go from good times to bad times, all these things. But it will not go away, because it's the very essence of our soul. It's the very thing that vibrates and beats our heart. It is that. And we can go through a lot in our life, but that will never go away. It might go down and be submerged, but it's always there. And Ernest Holmes in the textbook calls it repression when we don't do it, when we don't let it happen. What happens is we bury it, and it comes out in ways that are not good for us. It could come out with getting sick. It could come out with not being able to hold a relationship, or get addicted to a drug or alcohol or something like that. To get addicted, I'm not talking about having a drink of wine, because I like that. But what I'm saying is that if you submerge it, it will come out. And that's what happens a lot of times. That's why we need to be forgiving and compassionate to people that are having troubles, because usually it's something that's submerged that they haven't let out, so they're letting it out in negative ways, ways that maybe are not destructive to themselves and destructive to those around them. But you see, it never goes away. And if I have to say anything today, it's that. It never, ever goes away. It is the very thing that beats us, our heart. It is the very thing that expresses through us uniquely, that we came here to express. We are all singers. Not all of us, but there's many singers in the world. But if that's your passion, no matter how you sound or whatever, then you need to let it out. You need to do it. And you need to marry it with your purpose. Like, really look in and say, what is that thing in me that I'm growing that I want to give out? Because I think that I know for myself, service is important. It is like giving it is really important. And the times that I felt like kind of stifled were the times that I felt like I couldn't give it out, like I couldn't, nobody was listening to me, or, they weren't, this person, walked away from me or whatever. But it still didn't go away. It was still there. So there's a saying in the Bible, I guess, and I think it's a good one. It's been said to me at times, if you're giving your gift and it's not accepted, if you're staying true to yourself and it's not accepted, then you shake the dirt from your boots and you walk away, and that's okay too. And sometimes I think we stay too long at the fair. We stay too long, and then our passion and our purpose starts to get like really submerged and suppressed. So what I know is that, like I said, this divine urge is there, and we need to listen to it, especially these times on earth when so many people are screaming different things at us and trying maybe to make us not feel like we're as great as we are, or we're depending on the outside, like we're depending on our politicians to, if we get the right guy as president or the right woman, whatever, that everything will be okay. No, it will not if we're not okay. And so we can't rely on that. We have to rely on that divine urge and each take our part, whatever that is. And it doesn't have to be something big. I used to think, when I look at people that do big things in the world, and you're like, well, I'm only doing this, and why has my book only sold this many copies, or whatever, or I did my one-woman show, and it was successful to a point, and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be big things. Every little thing you do in a big way is big. So that's another thing I think to remove from our minds, is that if we're not doing something big, then it doesn't amount to anything. No, it amounts to a lot, because every little thing we do in that way of love and that way of divine urge affects the whole planetary vibration, because we've taken our little part of the tapestry of the matrix and expanded it. Yeah, so this is interesting, and I'm going to just close with this. So Ernest Holmes wrote this in the textbook, and it kind of always bothered me for a moment. But then I really thought about it, and it kind of goes along with what I'm saying. He says, man does not exist. Of course, he means woman. Remember, it was written originally in 1927 and then in 1936. Man does not exist to leave a lasting impression upon his environment. Not at all. It is not necessary that we leave any impression. It is not necessary, if we should pass on tonight, that anyone should remember that we have ever lived. All that means anything is that while we live, and he writes it with a capital L-I-V-E, and wherever we go from here, we shall keep on living. So what he's saying, and like I said, it used to bother me, because I think we all want to make some kind of impression, like we all want to be famous. I worked with a lot of actors. They weren't even just acting. They only acted to be famous instead of just acting, right? So he's saying none of that really matters if we don't become the next president of the United States, or the next head of a corporation, or the next this or the next that. If we've truly lived according to that divine urge within us, according to our passion, and shared it, it will make a difference. It makes a difference here. And this is what expands outward into the ethers for eternity, really. So I bless you today, and I'm just knowing that each person here has that spark, and to know that it never, ever, 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 ever goes out. It is always there, and we just need to tend it and nourish it and allow it to be expressed. So thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
This is a song by Paula Funga. It's called Just a Little Bit. Hold on just a little bit longer. I know in time you'll feel a little stronger, and try just a little bit. Do da do, just a little bit. Do da do, just a little bit.
Love you guys.
As always, the perfect song for Patrick here. Yes, and we don't even talk beforehand. I love this topic. I love the idea of keeping our fire burning. Because I've had a little fizzle, to be honest with you, the last couple months. And I had to take a look at it. And I said, you know what? What's going on here? What's going on? And it wasn't like serious that I had to come and talk to you about it. But I always like to, when I process something, it's so great because after it's been processed, that's when you bring it to your family too, so that they know what you went through, so that you can go and use it in your life perhaps. But what I got from this is, I kept thinking, this was the thing. How do you keep the passion burning? And for me, I know that you're going to find this hard to believe, but I'm an excitable person. And I always know if my passion isn't burning fully, if I'm resigning to where I'm at. Have you ever done that? Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's okay. Another day, whoopee. Woo. I don't have too many of those, but this morning I woke up and I've been going through this wonderful, wonderful rite of passage. It's like a party with just me, but I'm having this rite of passage, and this is the two things that it was said to me this morning. It said, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Oh, I am not done yet. And as a matter of fact, I am just getting started. And that was what I woke up with. So I grabbed Rita, who was sound asleep. And no, I didn't do that. And so I just got very excited about this idea of prosperity. And this other quote came to me this week. It said, why are we expecting to collect dividends if we haven't made an investment? And I like that. Because I believe that this whole thing that we're doing here, we're investing in this energy. We're investing in ourselves. We're investing in this planet. We're investing if we choose to. Now, how could that be blasé or resigning to that? So I was talking to a friend today, and I said, wow, you know that idea of I don't care, whatever happens? No, we do care. We care with every fiber in our body about something, and it is exciting, and it is exciting. And then I started getting into all those people, because for me, I always tell the board of directors, trustees, if I tell them, I said, if Patrick's not excited, then we're not going to be moving fast. I've said that many times, because that's the energy that I need to go, I believe in this no matter what. I believe that there's something to be done here. There's something to be known. There's something to be felt. Chia, I'm looking at you right now just because I love you. I love them too. But Chia, I mentioned you last week, and the loss of Candle, and I wanted to just bring that of your husband. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because he said something that sparked my fire years ago. When I was sitting there doing this and everybody was, Joe Dispenza, Joe Dispenza, Joe Dispenza, Joe Dispenza. And my wife is, Joe Dispenza. We're at home, she's moving in the night, Joe, no, she didn't say, Joe Dispenza, Joe Dispenza. And I said, what does Joe Dispenza have that I don't have? And Candle said, just a bigger audience. And I went, yeah. It fired me up. So I'm going to bring up a couple people. Nicholas Winton, do we know who he is? He's responsible for getting over close to 1,000 children during the occupation in Czechoslovakia on trains to New York. Yes, England. It doesn't matter, I was passionate about it. Did I ask her anything for this one? I was like, New York, Burbank. No. But here's the deal. He had a passion. He said, something has to be done. They're about ready to take over. Oh my God. They're coming in, World War II. And this is what he said, one of his quotes. I have a motto that if something isn't blatantly impossible, then there must be a way of doing it. Fire again. He said, how am I going to do this? Instead of going, what are we going to do? The poor kids. And even when he was 79, we're showing that movie, by the way. I'm getting some of the announcements out. This Friday at 6 o'clock, and it is a wonderful with Anthony Hopkins. And here's the deal. He's 79 years old, and some of his last things were, how come I couldn't get them all out? And then I think of these two beautiful singers, just a little bit, just a little bit. Yes, he did a little bit, but even at the end, that wasn't I only got out almost 1,000. So I'll let you watch the movie. But then I said, he's not the only one. There's a woman called Mother Cabrini. Do you know who she is? There's a movie about her too. But it was a little too long, and I knew you guys wouldn't sit. I worked with it. But she established orphanage and hospitals with Italian immigrants, and she did this incredible thing. And watching the movie, I just went, look at this passion. She didn't let anything, and sometimes, I don't know about you, but one of the things that one of my defaults I have to work on is getting my bubble bursted. I'm excited like this kid, right? And then I go, what do you think? I don't know, yeah. Okay, well, if you don't like it, then I guess I won't do it. And so this is what happened with her and the mayor. Here's this woman, this nun, going by and said, these people. Did you call her a saint? No, okay. She's just adding to my story. But did I mention we're married? So the other thing is, she was sick the whole time she was doing it. Thank you. It was in my further notes. But she was sick. And this is the conversation she had with her mayor. I love this. This is all about inspiration, folks. Mayor Gould, who was just like, get this woman out of here. She's causing too much trouble. She's wanting orphanages. She's pulling these kids out because of what? Passion. So he says, it's a shame that you're a woman. Mother Cabrini, you would have made an excellent man. Bathe in that, babies, for a while. And this is how she said, oh no, Mayor. Oh no, Mr. Mayor. Men could never do what we do. Points with the women I grant you today. Anything beyond this, you won't care. You won't have any criticism about it at all. Then let's talk about Trudy Edgerly. Who's she? She's the one that swam, first woman that swam the English Channel. And the reason Tanner, I'm trying to work this through, man. So anyway, back to my 3-hour talk. So here we go. Trudy, she swam it, but this is the moment in the movie, which is next month, by the way. This is the moment when they had to pull away from her because the boat couldn't go any further that was watching her. And she had to go because of her passion by herself. And all of these jellyfish that were out there, and you could see it was done so beautifully. She's swimming, and you could see that she only has one focus. And she said it was great that she was all alone out there, right? She said, you're not alone. I had the ocean. And here's all of these jellyfish, and she just starts swimming, and they're boom, 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 and she's getting through it. Why? Because she had the passion. She could see beyond the jellyfish. When we're going through anything, let's see beyond the jellyfish. Oh my God, I'll get bit. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go. What did she say? She said, I knew if it could be done, it had to be done. And I did it. Wow. Now, Viktor Frankl, man's search for meaning, this is what he says. Everything can be taken away from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. When we are no longer able to change a situation, let's all zone in right now. When we are unable to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Wow. They just kept coming. I could not help the passion that I was seeing. Anne Frank, up in an attic and still sitting there going, the world is good? You say one little thing to me and my whole day got ruined. What the hell? Anne Frank, she says, in the long run, the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit. A kind and gentle spirit. Where there's hope, there's life. It fills us with fresh courage to make us strong again. This is this little girl. Don't get me started with Helen Keller. She can't see, can't hear, and probably sees better than most people ever did, and can hear things that we could never hear because she's not relying on that out there. She's relying on what's going on in here. And she says, can't see, can't hear, and she says, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Let's give them up for these people. And then there's Patrick Farron. And there's everybody in this room. We have all been to that place where we wonder, how can we go on? You lose somebody you love. You're flat broke, because I don't believe that there's any such thing as poor. Oh, I have been broke many times, but I have never been poor. And I think of this wonderful memoir that I wrote about the little man that lives inside of me, and many of you have read it, and I know the ones that haven't. Thank God the shipment just came in, but anyway. But here's the deal. That little boy, that little girl that lives inside of us has been through a lot. And they're courageous. And they're powerful. And they're here for us. That divine, I call it that pure part of us that has never been touched by anything. By anything. Got a couple more quotes. I'm just quote crazy today because I believe they're illustrations. And this is what I just found yesterday. I love this. I listened to a woman, she's one of our practitioners, as a matter of fact, that lives in Grass Valley. And she did a very spiritual talk. And the title of it was, Let's Talk Sex, Baby. At a center for spiritual living. And I was like, all right. So she said, okay, if you get a chance, will you watch it? Well, like 3 minutes later, I was watching it because I wanted to see how she would present it. And she gave this incredible, and what she was saying, just so you'll know, she was saying to honor. She said, aren't we yummy? Because we don't always feel yummy. Maybe all of you do. But I feel that she wanted to blend spirituality with sensuality and sexuality, and for us to release the shame from all of it. But she gave this one, and I want to use it in my inner child session this week. By the way, there's another announcement, 3 o'clock, Zoom, Hawaii time. Adrienne Marie Brown, I don't know if you know her. Yeah, fabulous, isn't she? She's new for me now because she says, I touch my own skin, and it tells me that before there was any harm, there was miracle. I touch my own skin, and it tells me that before there was any harm, there was miracle. And I thought, oh, you mean there's a miracle? No, she did not mean that, and I couldn't change that. There's miracle. That's who we are. That's passion enough for me that we can take that anywhere. So I'm going to end with your choice. Barbra Streisand or Anne Frank? Oh, hell. Let's just throw caution to the wind. I'll do them both. Barbra Streisand says, if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Wow. And this is her final entry. And before I read her final entry, I just want to extend the message that I have for me today. It's very much like Rita's, that says that it's continually going, that fire, that ember. Sometimes you just have to take the ember with something else besides your hand. And allow it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And if we don't sometimes handle that wonderful, wonderful flame, then our fire can get out of control. And we don't want that, do we? It's all nature. And I am so grateful to nature who has allowed this storm that we were having to move where it belongs. So I give gratitude. This is your final entry. But I have a feeling from where I stand and what I believe is that there is no way that any of us have a final entry. We are eternal. We may change, but we are eternal. We are always here in this incredible energy. She said, in her final entry, Anne Frank wrote of how others perceive her. Ever been there? Describing herself as a bundle of contradictions. She wrote, as I have told you many times, I'm split in two. One side contains my exuberant cheerfulness, my flippancy, my joy in life, and above all, my ability to appreciate the lighter side. And then she dared, this little girl dared, while they're being occupied, and when these fellow human beings had such a plan that was so destructive, she had the nerve and the love and the courage and the boldness to say, I still believe in spite of everything, that people are truly good at heart. It's definitely something to strive for, and that's definitely who we are. Namaste. How much? Just a little bit. How much does it take? Just a little bit.
Be just a little bit better, better than yesterday. just a little bit.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? We've just had an array of emotions today, have we not? I want to just say one little thing about emotions. Oh, please, I invite you to honor them all. Never, I was with somebody and they were letting those beautiful tears flow down their face. I call it the ugly tears. I love it. The face cringes and everything goes. And they said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, oh, no. Let's celebrate those babies. Let's celebrate them because that's the healing thing of emotions, is it not? So this is our time of affirmative giving, which is really just the law of circulation. And that just means that everything is moving around, is it not? Everything is moving around. And these wonderful things, there's a wonderful thing that Rita usually says, and she says, you know, you can't outgive God. And we take it even deeper. You can't outgive life. And that's not just a ploy to, you know, put another zero or whatever that is. I want us to, just like shame of anything, for me, I invite us all to celebrate the idea of giving and to celebrate the idea of receiving, right? So come on, get those baskets over here. It's a little primitive, but what are we going to do? Come on. Oh, did you guys over there? Ooh, you're fast.
All right.
All right.
We
You
have
ready?
some music?
Yes, we have music.
You ready to circulate? And just whatever it is, I know a lot of you give online. I know a lot of you give from your heart. Just go, just open up to giving and receiving.
1, 2, 3, 4. Abundant.
In the meantime, what are we looking for? Abundance and prosperity.
Abundance, living life in this abundance.
We're on the
So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rise in abundance. I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this
Come
abundance.
out, it's all right.
Falling in the blessings of a new day rise in abundance. Living life in this abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rise in abundance. I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day
Because it's not on here. Woo! Thank you. Let's bless it.
Yeah.
So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and just know right here and right now, as we have given this beautiful abundance to CSL Kauai, that it goes forth to heal and prosper and bless all of us, and this planet. And I just am grateful, and I just let it be, and so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
I believe we do have some wonderful
Children.
youth today. Do we? I heard them screaming, so there had to be.
All right, well,
Yes.
we'll start
Well, we'll
before
start
they
with
come in.
our announcements.
Yeah, we'll just say that right this afternoon at 4 p.m., Stand Up Stream,
Stream.
is here doing the Dances of Universal Peace. Please come and
Not
join
by
him.
himself. He's going to do it with all
Live
of you.
music. Yeah, come talk to Stream if you want to know.
There you go.
Yeah, and then on Monday night, there's choir practice at 6:30, and the choir is singing next week. So if you still want to join the choir, join Barbara at 6:30 on Monday night. And then
This is
on
very important.
Yeah, and on Tuesday, we're going to all come together with our beautiful practitioners and ministers, and we have Reverend Suzanne is going to join us too. I'm really excited about that. I don't know
Yes,
if
she
anybody
is.
knows that she's a licensed unity minister. So we have a licensed unity minister. We have CSL ministers here. We have a divine science minister, Reverend Walt. And all our practitioners. So come on Tuesday night. We're going to have a healing circle. We are going to meditate, and we are going to listen to beautiful music. We're going to breathe. We're going to put our intentions on the table, and we're going to just love each other up.
And there's a beautiful
So join us,
surprise
6:30 on
exercise.
Tuesday. And I think we have some children. Come on
Yeah,
forward.
we do.
I will be
And Miss
gentle
Loya,
with
of course.
I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each morning.
I will, yes, thank you. This is Miss Loya.
Yay!
Oh, we have two new little girls today.
Aloha.
Hi. Yeah, you're on. Just put it, make sure.
So,
Talk
what
into
did
it.
we do today?
We play ball.
We learned about sisters.
Yeah. Sisters.
And what did you learn?
Yes.
She's shy. It's okay.
Yep.
Hawaii is the 50th state.
Hawaii is the 50th state, and do you know, it's been 65 years since Hawaii became a state, and we're the last of the 50 states.
Whoa.
That's
Anything else
great.
you want to say? Show them your art.
Goldie.
I made this for Grandma and I love her.
Oh.
This girl's going to be a
Is this
singer.
Dove?
Yes.
Yes.
What a pretty
And
name you
Dove?
both have.
No.
No?
It's okay.
It was so much fun, and we played ball back there, and they're the best. They do the kickball and the throw ball. It was so much fun. And then they danced.
You dance too?
Yes, they can dance. And I took a movie of them dancing. It was really fun.
Oh my gosh.
And they want to be, let's see, Goldie wants to be a ballerina when she's older.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's exciting to be
Yay.
a ballerina. We have something for you too. You ready for us to give you a blessing?
You're
A
gonna
blessing
like it.
means it's something we're going to give you and it's all energetic. Wait, you ready? Okay.
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you.
Yeah.
I
that
will
feel
be
good?
gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe. Being born each morning.
Give it
Thank
up.
you.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Loya.
Thank you, Ms. Loya.
Okay, your class.
And I mentioned it during the talk, my lessons from the little man, they all stand alone. It's Zoom. You just need to register
Either in the
online
bookstore or
the
online.
bookstore, and the bookstore is back there. Speaking of the bookstore, I just want to talk a moment about volunteering. Just a second. Thank you so much. But Rita and I thought it might come out in one of our talks, but we were talking the other day about, we're almost a year, can you believe it, October 1st, when we moved in here in September, we kind of set up. We want to turn our bookstore into a bookstore. So it actually is a bookstore. And so we're going to start working that and also getting people to volunteer. And we got a whole idea of a whole new makeup. Because we were discussing, everything got done and we did all of this. And then the bookstore kind of like, well, you just put up a table and there's some books and there. No, 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 no. More than that, because we are on fire with passion. And then there's this office behind the interesting sliding door things that we call our office. But that has not been really completed as well. And we also want to turn it into a place that you can come and have your sessions, and we have just a beautiful atmosphere. And we were in a meeting, and we said to ourselves, we have this beautiful, beautiful center, and there's a little hole. There's a little hole in our center. And I mean this, that when you have a hole in something, then sometimes energy fades out. So I really believe that we are going to take that little corner, and we're going to, right over here, and fill up that hole with something and turn it into a W-H-O-L-E, a whole unit now. So that's that.
So a couple more things, and Patrick already mentioned the movie One Life with
This,
Anthony
yeah.
Hopkins.
Uh-huh.
It is this Friday night at 6 p.m. It is a beautiful, beautiful movie. Don't miss it. Come join us. We'll have popcorn and good conversation. Yeah. And then going into September just a little bit, we're gonna Where are you? Where is she?
So she's
Jeanette.
in the
She's
back.
in the
She's in the
kitchen helping. Jeanette is going to start doing yoga here. Jeanette is an amazing, I don't know if you know her, but she is, I call her my fairy sister. She is magic. Anyway, she teaches yoga, and she's going to start a weekly yoga class here on Tuesdays at 8:30 in the morning. And yeah, and it'll be by love donation only. Right. And we had an amazing time with Beth.
Beth, she's right
Levin.
over here. Beth, we had a good time on Friday night, didn't we not?
Yeah, Beth did. So we're going to be
just a beautiful.
We're going to be incorporating this into the center, and Jeanette's going to start with a class on Tuesdays.
And what made us think of that is that Beth had this workshop that really dealt with the chakra system, but we noticed that most of the people that came we did not know, and most of the people that came we knew, you know, a group of us, but we didn't know. But there's a lot of people we didn't know, and we said, "Have you ever heard of this place?" And they said, "No." And so 11 years later, I don't know if that feels real satisfactory for me, that there are still people that don't really know that we're here, and that's okay. But I think that at least we want to put the light on us that we are here. So that's what opened up our thing with you, Beth. So.
Yeah, so that's beautiful. We'll start that, and who knows where that'll go. Maybe Beth will do a class eventually. So, okay, and so then we have the volunteer social on the September 3rd is a big day here. The yoga, and then the volunteer social, which means Angela brings the volunteers together to talk about the month and what's available to volunteer for, and they get treats and they talk and have a good time. And then that same night, we have the Night of Discovery.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, please. If you don't know anything about the science of mind, or you would like to know more, come to this. It's going to be an hour and a half kind of workshop discussion class. It's love donation only. Our practitioners will be there, I'll be there, Patrick will be there, and we'll be answering questions. We'll have a topic for the evening, and we'll be just taking this beautiful, amazing teaching and getting to use it in our lives.
And even if you think you do know, I bet you there's some things that you don't.
Well,
so I think that everyone should be invited.
So it will be the first Tuesday of the month, September 3rd, along with the social, along with the Night of Discovery. And then the big thing that's happening in September is Aid Africa fundraiser with Susan Wood. Yeah. So we are raising money to build some wells in, well, at least one, in the place that Susan goes to every year in Uganda. And so we're going to play bingo, we're going to raise money for this,
food.
And it's there. You can buy tickets at the bookstore, they're $30 each. There'll be a little bit of poo-poos and bingo, and I guess you're going to do a little presentation on what we're giving our money to. And we are going to build this well, and she'll tell you more about it.
And Susan, I'm going to tell you, I found this wonderful African outfit, male outfit thing that was just wonderful. So if anyone wants to buy that for me, I'll be glad. I found it's not bad. It's only $58.
Okay, and then the other thing is the 90 Breathworks having in September.
Yes, please remember that, and that's on the 28th. He's flying in on Friday. He's doing the workshop on Saturday, Dr. Eric, and he's flying back out on Sunday.
Okay, we'll skip this now. All right, so practitioners, come on up. The ones
also,
that can.
The bookstore has a lot of our local authors out there, and including the book I mentioned in my
Marion
talk.
Head's book, my book, Gabriella's book, they're all there. All right,
Miss
so
Loya.
we're inviting our practitioners up because they are here to hold consciousness for you. If there's something that came up for you during this service that you feel like you need a beautiful affirmative prayer for, they are here for you to shift some energies. So just come up and enjoy that. And I guess it's birthday Sunday.
It is.
Yeah, and
Rita and I are just like talking to each other.
Cake. All right, so are we going to
just
sing
do
happy
that?
birthday to our August birthdays?
Who's August birthday? Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
You ready?
Wait till
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, August birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
Can you do my favorite one?
Ready? This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey.
Hey.
Happy
May you
All
live
right.
long and strong.
Okay, so before we close, we want to thank Reverend Diane for her beautiful blessing on the land and meditation. We want to thank Angela and Yana, who are our Malama team, Glenn and Sue, who are our collection stewards. Oh, I made a mistake. Marion and Yana, who are our Malama team. Thank you, Marion. And Ron Stover in the kitchen, and Tanner, thank you for all your hospitality and your help.
Yes.
And Jeanette, for sure, thank you. And Susan Wood in the bookstore today, and Jonathan Lee on tech, sound, and Charles Woolfork on video tech, and Loya took our beautiful children today and nurtured them, and Jeremy and Amy Brown, thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Ryan.
And who?
And Orion.
Oh, and Orion, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't see you back there. You're there.
That's why there's two of
We
us.
have a beautiful program with teenagers here that get to come and help and learn video live
Yes.
streaming. So thank you, Orion. He shows up pretty much every week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's just take a deep breath before we go into our closing song and just take everything that served us here today and just take it and bundle it up within our hearts and let go of anything that doesn't and that we don't resonate to, but whatever that is, that little nugget that we might have gotten, let's take it into our hearts and know that as we go from here, we get to nurture that, we get to tend that fire, we get to live, and that we get to be the most magnificent version of ourselves. And we have all the support and anything we could ever require to do that. That I know. So I bless this time, I bless us, and I just let it be so as we affirm. And so it is. Take it away, Jeremy
For
and
the
Amy.
closing song, this is a song that came through in a dream, and it's about loving yourselves, loving those around you, and holding yourself in a beautiful, tender way. It's a song called Come With Me.
I'm going to take the swing.
Dreaming about a new reality, kinda like the way you're feeling it with me. Take you to the moon so you can see. We'll be swimming in the light of ecstasy. Cause I know everywhere we go, that is where my heart will follow. So we'll be giving love and good, good energy. Like Sister Mary, we surrender to the flow. Oh, 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 dancing nice. Oh, oh, oh. Life is for the living, this we know. We coming through the fire now once more. Opening the Buddha Buddha bomb, chanting on. Rising from the ashes, now we grow. So many ways that a man may say. So many days that a woman, she will stay. Keeping it moving, there ain't no time to stray. We be sharing our love any time of day. We be rattling through the changing times to come. We be battling all the demons with the guitar's drum and the vibrations from this here drum. Like Brother Kenny say, remember, all is one. Whoa, 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 whoa. So come with me, dive deep into the sea. Hold me now, don't ever let me go. We be rattling through the changing times to come, and we be battling all the demons with the guitar strum. And from a this here drum, like Brother Kenny say, remember, all is one. Life is for the living, this we know. Coming through the fire now once more. Opening the Buddha Buddha bomb, chanting on. Rising from the ashes, now we grow. Whoa, 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 whoa. CSL Kauai, we love you.